Hello, everybody. Or hello, Fiona, at least. Oh, no, there's a few more of you there. I forgot my hat. Well, I didn't actually forget my hat, but then I realised I can't put a hat on this hair without it being completely squashed. So no hat for me. Hello, Linda. Fee wins, though. She's the first hello. And you've probably finished your omelette now, Fee, because I agree. I meant to send a little message earlier that the recipe is asking you to cook your omelette for too long. Mine took about 10 minutes to set. Hello, David. How you going? I better Anne is there. Hello, Anne. Lovely to see you. It's been a little while. Okay, so we have the Goodmans are getting greasy. Grisdy? Interesting. Hello, Peter and Karen. How you going? I'm glad to hear that you guys, most of you managed to do something that was slightly potatoey, eggy, and or cheesy. I think Rita's there somewhere cooking her omelette. Phones are going off. I don't know where everybody in the family is, but Polly will probably start barking in a minute. Homonym to greedy, possibly. Greedy. I got it. I just pronounced it wrong. Thank you. Speaking of Gris, this pink Gris is what we're drinking tonight, the 2024. It's funny because it feels like it's a long time since we've looked at this wine together. We bottled this wine about this time last year, and it was released early in the year, this year. Hello, Loans, how you going? And about now is when I would ideally like to be releasing it, because I think it's looking absolutely fabulous right now. It doesn't need a decant. Sorry, I'm a little bit croaky in the throat. We're all at work, we're all like, oh, I'm really tired. I feel a bit like funny in the tummy and a bit croaky in the throat. So we're just like, no, we're not sick. We're just like a bit run down. So 2024 Pinot Gris on skins. Delicious strawberries. Hello, Rita. How you going? Did your omelette get cooked? It looked like there was a lot of potato to get through in the pan, but it's amazing how well it kind of all sets nicely. So, beautiful colour, beautiful spring day colour. Happy Oaks Day to anyone who's at the races or who's been to the races and is now at Drinks with Kate. Ladies' Day. So, yeah, love that colour. It's gone a little bit more orangey than it used to be. And it's quite apt because we just got an email from our friends in England that the new decanter's just come out. It's all about orange wine, but we got a really nice review for our Chardonnay, so go figure. But this wine, for me, this is an orange wine that is more pink than orange, but it's getting that lovely, it's just the best colour. Can't even describe it. Looks like a sunset to me. On the nose, beautiful, as Fiona said, beautiful strawberries on the nose, a little bit of raspberry, a little bit of rhubarb, a little bit of salted plum still coming through those little eight. Okay, Craig's calling it best Pinot Gris on skins ever. I agree, Craig. And it's so much better now than it was 10 months ago or whenever it was that we started selling it 11 months ago. It's just kind of mellowed in the bottle. The family's just rolling in slowly, clanking. Peter's having a bit of spicy sausage. I had some spicy sausage on the side of the potatoes, so I thought a little bit. So we know this wine copes with chili. We know this wine is good with, I'm going to talk about how it tastes in a minute. And we know this wine is good with sort of Alsace kind of flavours. And I thought Pete actually sent me a video of a guy making this kind of cheese and grated potato pancake from Friuli, which I was like, yeah, we could make that, but you needed some weird specific cheese. And I just thought, I didn't give you enough notice. And then I thought, frittata, fantastic. I love a good frittata. It's got all of the things you need. There's no cheese in there, but there's potato and egg and salt and quite a lot of pepper, so it's quite spicy. It's a really lovely match to this wine. Hello, Alison. Hello, Daryl and Sue. Good to see you. All right, so as excuse me. I think that's going to be happening all night. Just ignore it. Ignore the cough. Ignore the dog barking. Ignore the cough. Just focus on the wine and the food. So strawberries, as Fee said, but it's almost like strawberries in balsamic. There's a kind of there's a floral, there's a sweet fruit, but there's this lovely kind of tangy acid line running through it that makes me think of strawberries with a bit of balsamic vinegar sprinkled on them. It makes me think of fresh rhubarb. It makes me think of salted plums. There's something else in there that's quite savoury. We have to come back for that. Let's have a taste. Pete's saying sumac again. I think you might be wrong this time, Pete. On the palate, there's this really lovely kind of pink grapefruit note to it, and Seville orange note, as well as all of those other flavours. There's a sort of, and this is because this wine's made the same way as our Pinot Noir. I see some similarities with often our Pinot Noir has a little bit of blood orange flavour to it, and I think this wine has developed that over the last 10 months. Maybe it's blood orange, maybe it's that kind of sour Seville orange, maybe it's a little bit of pink grapefruit, but on the tangier, more savoury side than the sweeter side. Craig is saying tomato leaf, but the best type. Yeah, there is a sort of vegetal green, almost spearminty kind of a note to it, or wintergreen kind of a note to it. Sage, Peter's saying sage, and I could see that. So you're having sausage, you silly sausage. Jill's just arrived. Jill and Richard and Peter have all arrived late, and they're all talking and being noisy and disruptive, but they'll probably settle down soon. Oh, rookie error, Pete. Loans is saying it reminds her of Sunny Boys as a kid. Well, if you put it in a triangular shaped box and freeze it, then you'll get that real Sunny Boy kind of character, I reckon, Loans. I know what you mean. Linda's getting a little bit of Vegemite. You sure that's not on your fingers, Linda, from having your Vegemite on toast? I'm not getting Vegemite, but that's okay. Each to their own. For me, it's not Vegemite. It's more Japanesey kind of savoury umami flavours. Like, as I said, salted plums. They do these fermented beans, which look disgusting and actually taste not bad. But it's sort of a salty, beany, plummy kind of a note. Oh gosh, it's just lovely and savoury though, isn't it? It's got that beautiful fruit brightness to it, but it's really savoury on the nose. Maybe a little bit of Vegemite, Linda. Or maybe I'll give you just a tiny scraping. Yum. Hello, Shell. Shell and Andrew are having leftovers, including harissa, roast potatoes, but ottolenghi, and the wine is perfection. I imagine this of all our wines handles chili the best, and that's why if you're having the potato omelette and you've still got some left, which I'm going to have a little bit of now, you can have it as is, or you could put some chili oil or some chili sriracha or something on it if you wanted to, but just a little bit. It's got lots of pepper in it though. Jill's saying no, but she doesn't really like those flavours, whereas there are a lot of people who do like that. Jill thinks it drowns the wine out. Yum. David's laughing at you, Jill. I think David's quietly agreeing with you, possibly. I think Fee's also on the no chili side. Jeff and Sue are late. It's a disgrace. I hope you've got a potato omelette with you. This is so yummy. Kay is here. Hello. You've had a busy afternoon. Problems with the toe ball as it's stuck. Oh no. Cranberry Wensley cheese and beetroot dip. That'll be all right. That'll be nice. Fee, I think you once said Dac à l'Orange is a difficult wine match. What about this? This wine as a match to Dac à l'Orange? Maybe. maybe, Fee. Yep, I could see it. I reckon you could serve this also with Peking duck. What sort of Asian duck kind of flavours? It's one of those wines that it's a little bit too delicious. Makes you want to keep slurping it. A bit like that icy pole Lines was talking about before. So, you know how I go on about how egg is really difficult to match to wine? And we did omelettes a while ago, and we all agreed that the omelette was pretty good. I think this is, for me, almost a step up. Now, I made mine this afternoon and let it cool down to room temperature. So we're having it sort of cool, not fridge cold, but cold, basically. I really like it like this. I don't know what the rest of my family thinks. But I think the flavours are really good when it's room temperature, and it tends to leave less egg residue on the glass after you eat the egg and then drink the wine. Pete's putting chili oil on. He will report back and tell us if it works. Alison, we're doing pork Chinese noodles tonight, so we'll report back. Excellent. Oh, Craig, you're having pork and mushroom dumplings. It would go really well with that. I chucked the dumplings in because I think this wine always works well with dumplings. Did I miss something? Yeah. I'm interested to know, Sue McKean, if you made the omelette, because I don't think you were that keen on making the omelette, but it's bloody good. So if you didn't make it another time. Even Jill says it's good, and that's great praise from Jill. And we're doing prawn hargor dumplings here. We'll report. So that'd be delicious. That would be delicious. So and I'm so sorry that I was so slack on the emails this week. I completely forgot on Tuesday. I was having too relaxing a day off. And I woke up on Wednesday and went, oh my God, it's Wednesday and I haven't emailed my friends. So I'm so sorry. Peter and Karen want to know what this wine does not go with. So that's a really good question. I would not drink this wine with a steak, but you can if you want to. There we go. Craig and I were on exactly the same wavelength. I would probably, what else would I not drink this with? I wouldn't drink it with like pan-fried whiting. I think it would spoil that. I think you need a bit of boisterous flavour with this wine to sort of to work with it, but I don't really think I don't think it's really a fish and chips wine or a hamburger wine or that kind of thing. But it is very versatile. You're right. David Inchley, cook the potato and onion and garlic very slowly in olive oil. Took about 40 minutes. Absolutely. I probably wouldn't have it with lamb, Linda. Oh, Jeff, Sue's not back from the nail shop yet. Oh my goodness, she's just such a stop out. Goes exceptionally well with this roast boar, says Shell. Are you really having roast boar? Did you say you were having roast boar? I thought you were having fancy potatoes. Anyway, that sounds delicious. Yeah, I think it would be good with pork, and boar is just like wild pork. Yeah, I think certain pizzas would, if you wanted to eat pizza with this wine, you'd want it to be like a margarita pizza, possibly with some spicy pepperoni on it, but that's about all I'd want to put on my pizza to go with this wine. Some chicken dishes might not work. Yeah, absolutely. I think the creamy, yeah, you're right, and creamy sauce dishes I think would not be great with this either. It's great in the afternoon with cheese on a hot day. I agree, Rita, absolutely. Now, there was something that I was going to answer that I forgot. Oh, yes, David was talking about cooking his onion and garlic very, very slowly. So I got my pan too hot and chucked my onion and garlic in and went, oh, whoops. So as you saw in my photo, it was the onion and the garlic were a little more caramelized than I would have liked, but they actually taste really good. To me, they don't taste burnt. The garlic's kind of almost like black garlic, literally, but, the black garlic that's been fermented. And the onion's kind of nice and crispy. So I'm not too disappointed with having slightly burnt the stuff, but I think yours would have been better, David. I would like to do it a bit. Kay Farrow is enjoying her beetroot dip and cheese. Absolutely. Alison's eating cheese as well, and it's fab. Yeah, cheese is a good way to go with this wine too. And don't forget those mortadella, the fried mortadella sandwiches that we had probably a year and a half ago. We might have to revisit them. I reckon they'd be really good with this wine right now. Burnt onions are underrated. I agree, Craig. I do not mind a burnt onion at all. It brings out the sweetness and they're nice and crunchy. If you burn them too much, they just taste like charcoal, because then they probably are just charcoal. So, Pete, should I have some chili oil on my thing? Does it make it better with the wine or less good with the wine, or just different? Just different, Pete says. Oh. Now you tell me. So Pete's brought me some umami puppy, which for those of you who like crispy chili oil or like chili oil generally, and you haven't discovered this is a fabulous crispy aromatic chili oil. It's very spicy. And they put too much chili in and not enough oil, so the oil goes away. I think you need to top it up, but I haven't worked out what oil to top it up with. Mine at home needs some more oil in it. So, all right, I just got myself a really big piece of tortilla with chili oil in it. I'm going to shove it all in my mouth at once. Hang on. Oh, it's pretty nice. Thank you. We've got a leaky bottle. It's the problem with this wine. It's too delicious. You drink it too fast. Thank you. Okay. I have to say, I love the umami puppy, but I think it's awful with the wine. It blots out all of the fruit. It brings up the alcohol and the acid and the tannin. It's not for me. So there you go. Jill was right. I was wrong. No chili oil for Kate. I think with a dish like this, in Spain, you get tortilla all the time when you're at, out for tapas with Jerez or sherry, as we call it in Australia and in England. You have it with beer, you have it with sangria, you have it with cider. I do think it works very, very nicely with this. Fiona thinking it would go rather nicely with barbecue. Yes, I think it could go very nicely with barbecue food. The owner of Umami Puppy was in the food challenge with Janine Alice and Gordon Ramsay. Okay. The French onion dip isn't quite doing it any favours either, says Craig. Well, that's interesting. Shell is saying the confit garlic Andrew prepared is already intense in flavour and the wine accentuates it so much more, like the garlic version of wasabi. Fantastic. Craig has onions as a basis for curry. I burn onions as a basis for curry. Oh, absolutely. I think in a curry, burnt onions gives you extra flavour intensity and texture. French onion dip, though, is quite sweet, and I think that the sweetness of a dish is not going to work with this wine. This wine has got really nice fruit, but it's a really savoury wine. It really cries out for savoury food. So that's why I think it goes well with potatoes and egg. It goes really well with sort of salty potatoes that can cope with chili. It goes well with sushi and sashimi, with dumplings. All of these things are very savoury foods. And this wine wants lots of umami. So umami puppy, we don't want, but umami on its own, that really savoury meatiness that is the fifth flavour that we taste on our tongue, I think is exactly what this wine calls out for. And confit garlic, Shell and Andrew would be absolutely right up this wine's alley, I reckon. John and Cotty were supposed to be with us, but I got a message from them just before we started that their bees required them to deal with honey. So I don't know whether that means they've swarmed or they've got someone who knows about bees will probably know. Hopefully John and Cotty can tell us. But the bees needed love, and so they're going to do this later on repeat. So nice to see it. Lines. Liz always says this wine reminds her of salted margaritas. I think it is a bit of a cocktail. It's a bit of a cocktail wine, salted margaritas. It also reminds me a bit of a gin and tonic, but it's nothing like either of those things, but it sort of does the same thing. It really kind of, it quenches your thirst and makes you want to eat more food and drink more wine. And all of our wines do that, but I think this wine does more than ever. Craig is saying that he thinks he could knock it over without food too. It's got the complexity to keep you sipping. Absolutely. This is a wine you can absolutely use as an aperitif style wine or afternoon drinks with friends. It's delicious. The other thing that I think is really interesting about this wine is that you guys are the biggest consumers of it. We don't sell a huge amount of it out there in the world. We sell most of it via our wine club and via Cellar Door and the mailing list and the website. But there's a few people catching on, and Merrick's General Store has been playing with it for a little while, and they've just committed to putting it on over summer, which I think is really exciting. So there'll be more people drinking it down at Merrick's General Store. If you're down on the peninsula, hello, Sharpie and Rob. How are you? Good to see you. Cheers. Hope you're having a glass of wine. I think the colour is beautiful, Alison. I think that's one of the many things that makes this wine really intriguing and draws people. Has Negroni vibes, absolutely, Fee. But yeah, so Merrick's General Store is pouring it over summer. We've got about a pallet and a half left, which translates to about 70 cases. So it's not going to last past summer is basically what I'm saying. If you guys like this wine, you absolutely need to hoard it. Yes, absolutely, Peter and Karen. I think you guys can absolutely hoard it. I think you need to get your orders in. If Merrick's General Store's got it, absolutely. It's very exciting. They are doing it by the glass, I believe, over summer. So I have a feeling it's going to kind of whoosh out the door. So get your orders in. Make sure that you've got as much of this wine as you need / desire in your cellar, because it is going to disappear. There you go. You've been warned. The other thing that I'm going to say, Pinot Gris, we're on an absolute roll with Pinot Gris at the moment. I'm so excited. So the 2023 Pinot Gris got a really nice write-up in the Halliday Wine Companion. We changed the way that we submitted our wines to the Halliday Wine Companion. So a lot of the single vineyard wines missed the deadline. And so hopefully they'll be in the next one, the 2023s. But the 2023 Pinot Gris got a gold for it and got some really nice words. Jane really liked it, and that was great. The Pinot Gris 2023 also is just come out in the Real Review, which at the moment I don't have a current subscription for, so I can't read the review. But again, it got a gold medal, and it's been ranked as Hewan's or the Real Review's second favourite. David, could you send me that tasting note, please? It just came out today, I think, or yesterday. That would be amazing. Thanks, Fee. Thanks, David. It came out as their second favourite Pinot Gris from 2023 from Victoria that they've tasted. So I think that's really cool. That's a really nice accolade. And I think that the 2023 Pinot Gris, we only made 100 cases of it. We've already sold quite a lot of it at Cellar Door because it's delicious. So that's also going to come and go. So if you're feeling the need to stock up on anything, then Pinot Gris on skins and Pinot Gris are both things that you might want to grab. Good work, Shell. Shell says all I heard was buy, and so I bought. Excellent. I have to make sure I stash a few cases of both of those wines for myself as well because I think they're yum. And it just makes me so happy to think that Pinot Gris is now getting so much recognition. It's a grape variety that we've been championing for quite a while. Selling it for $45 a bottle was seen as pretty crazy a few years ago. Whereas now it seems to be accepted for quality Pinot Gris, which is great. And I have to say that very good friend and Pinot Gris aficionado, in fact, the person who is credited with bringing Pinot Gris to, if not Australia, definitely to the Mornington Peninsula, possibly to Australia, Kath Queally has endorsed this wine as well. She's bought this at least twice. She's coming to, we winemakers, we don't buy wine from people very often. We'll sometimes do a swap. We'll sometimes taste each other's wines at an event, whatever. She's actually come in at least twice that I know of specifically to buy this wine. So thanks, Kath. Glad to know you like it. We love it too. All right. David Inchley is publishing the Hugh and Hook review on Drinks with Kate. Medium. This is not this wine. This is the white wine from Pinot Gris 2023. Medium lemon yellow colour. Poached pear, clove and honeysuckle aromas. Medium to full weight pear and white nectarine fruit. Fill the palate with layers of woody spice and a hint of burnt toffee, adding depth and complexity. The supple glide ensures it coats all the mouth, sitting rich but showing enough lift that it doesn't overbear. Great length. Oh, that's so good. We do love Kath Quealy. Absolutely. She's an icon in the peninsula. Jeremy said Kath rocked up in the car park at hello, Jeremy, the winery 2 weeks ago. So I showed her the 2025 coming out of barrel. I asked for the glass back. She said no. 95 out of 100 for the 23 Pinot Gris. We're really multitasking now. And David, what are the initials? Whose initials are on that review? Because I'm really keen to know who tasted it, whether it was Hugh and Hook or one of his team. You always get 95. We don't always get 95, but when we get 95, we're very happy. 96 is good too. Probably D. Oh, David, Stuart Knox. Oh, good on you. Thanks, Stuart. I like Stuart. I don't think he's reviewed our wines before. That's really exciting. Okay, so Pinot Gris on skins. Pretty delish, huh? What else have we got to talk about? I'm sure we've got lots of things to talk about, but I'm a bit ditzy at the moment. Not that I'm sick or anything, but I just feel like my brain's a bit all over the place. It's nice to see you, Jeremy, on the chats. It was lovely, and I haven't forgotten, guys, about the Grenache. I just haven't got around to asking if Dylan would like to sell some more of his wine to Drinks with Kate people. But we will talk to him about that. Fiona would like me to tell you about the vintage 2024. It wasn't that long ago. Catherine would be happy. Musk Creek was the only one above it. Yeah, that's fair enough too. So the Quealy Musk Creek Pinot Gris is delicious as well. Loans is saying there's a great episode of Ed Marison's podcast called Fianinspo interviewing Kath Quealy. It's a really good conversation. Kath is great. When you get her on a good day, she's a great conversationalist. Kay is sitting in Merimbula sipping great wine, waiting for the resident goanna to appear. How lovely. Gerald the goanna. How nice. Okay, Anne was asking about how the vines coped with the weekend's wild weather. I think they're okay, yeah, Dad. I managed to hit one of the vines with a tennis ball yesterday and knocked 2 potential bunches off, so I'm very sorry for that. But apart from me and my misguided tennis ball that I was throwing for the dogs, I think the vines are looking in good shape at the moment. We got a lot of rain. How much rain did we get, Dad? Just over 50 millimetres, which is lovely. It's kind of squitchy down here now, and the dam has definitely come up. We'd like it to come up a bit more, and also Derrill Road. If you're coming to Moorooduc in the next little while, until they grade it again, Derrill Road is awful. So, Fee, I think you said you might be popping in tomorrow, and anyone else who's popping by in the next couple of days, just take it really slowly on Derrill Road because it's pretty gnarly out there. Yeah, okay, we're a bit jealous doing Drinks with Kate travelling. I think drinking really nice wine when you know that you can't just pop down to the cellar or out to the fancy wine shop around the corner makes it taste even better. Oh, just graded today. Linda said it's just been graded today, so cancel that. Thank you, Linda. Fantastic. Zach and Jack, extra traffic due to the highway closure. Yes, absolutely. So the highway, they've closed the highway going south from Bungower Road to either Mornington Peninsula Road or the next exit, but it means that everyone's being taken off the highway and detoured via theoretically via the Moorooduc Highway or the Moorooduc Road But a lot of people are coming down Darrell. A lot of people are coming down Darrell Road, and so even the made part of Darrell Road has got lots of extra potholes in it. So if you're coming on the tarmac bit of Darrell Road, just take it slowly as well, because there's some very big potholes there as well. But the dirt road has been graded, so that's great. Jeremy is saying we need everyone to cross their fingers and toes and everything available to cross for some sunshine and warmth. Yes, the grapes are supposed to be flowering over the coming 2 to 3 weeks. The ornamental vines are flowering now. So on Saturday, it's going to rain like topsy, it sounds like. And we're hoping that that might then give way to some lovely, calm, warm, sunny, no rainy weather. Would be really nice. Be really lovely. Nice detour by Garden Vineyard as well. Zach and Jack are saying. David and Shirley were out at Dixon's Creek this morning. They lost about 50% to frost just down the road from Borderley. Absolutely. It was -1 in Coldstream that morning, says Jeremy. Still hoping for a little damage to the Yarra. It's not very nice, Jeremy. The forecast for Saturday is shit. I haven't looked past Saturday because we're pouring wine at Duns Creek Vineyard, which is where this fruit comes from. So we'll be pouring this wine as well as the Estate Pinot Noir, which has quite a bit of Duns Creek Pinot Noir in it. Jeremy and Jess and I will be there pouring wine for the bedraggled walkers who are doing the Mornington the MP Wines Spring Walk, which I don't know if any of you guys are planning to do that on Saturday, but it doesn't look like the best day for a big walk. If you are doing the big walk, wear big, good walking boots and a nice raincoat, I'd say. I know it was mean, wasn't it, Peter and Karen? Little damage. Oh, yes. I think Jeremy was saying hoping for not too much damage, just a little bit of damage. Got it. Thank you, Jeremy. It's hard when you're typing to get your message across. I do know that Michael Dillon has reported losing about 50% of some of his fruit to frost in that frost event as well. So not minimal damage. That's right. Yes. Thank you, Peter. We know, Jeremy. Fee got it. Yes, I just read it out wrong. That was my fault, Jeremy. Don't go, please don't go, Jeremy. You're doing so well. You'll be surprised to hear that our bottle's empty over there, and we do love having you here, Jeremy. Peter and Karen, all right. I'm not sure if it was the chili or the deliciousness of the food or the deliciousness of the wine, but Peter and Richard both have empty glasses, and even Jill, who's drinking very slowly at the moment on purpose, has got very little wine left in her glass. So endorphins in the wine, do you think, Fiona? Fiona said endorphins. Is it the endorphins that the wine sets off? Dad's nodding and saying could be. Absolutely. Maybe that's the trick in making a really beautiful. No, it makes us release them. Okay, got it. What's next week, Rita? Very good thing that you asked. Next week we're having a little break. I'm sorry. I have another engagement that I couldn't say no to. So next week we're having a little break. And then the following week, I think we're doing Robinson Chardonnay. Pete, is that right? Pete's sort of nodding. 2023 Robinson Chardonnay. I hope that's the one that we're doing the week after next. Okay, Jill said that I have to tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to host a wine dinner called Icons of Wine. It's for a private customer of an events company. I do the occasional dinner for them. I've done Grange dinners for them in the past. This one's Icons of Wine. This is Hill of Grace against some other beautiful, some other beautiful South Australian wines at Voudemond. I'll be their tame wine expert for the day. Oh, sorry, Tallulah, I didn't see you there, darling. I'll just keep the dog. Oh dear, she's very upset. It's going to be great. And I'll be able to report back because the wine on arrival is the new Penfolds Champagne, which I've never had, which will be very interesting. We're having, what else are we having? I can't remember what the whites are. I just wrote the notes on it, so I should remember. We're having a couple of Grenaches, one from Yangara and one from Wirrawira, our friends at Wirrawira. And then we're having 3 fancy Shirazes. The Hill of Grace is the fanciest. And then we're having the Dead Arm Shiraz from Darrenberg. And the one of the is it the Runrig from Torbreck? One of the Shiraz Viognier from Torbreck. And then we're finishing up with 21-year-old Paraliqueur Port. So, you know, and they're paying me quite a lot of money to do it. So I'm really sorry, guys. You're just going to have a drink without me next week. And Rita, I don't even get a +1. It's like full on like work, but it's worth it. It'll pay for my Christmas presents, so that's nice. It'll be lots of fun. So yes, and we're going to. So it's I think it's the 2019 Hill of Grace that we've got, or the 2018. I can't remember. As I said, I just wrote the notes, so I should remember. It's at Vue de Monde. I should have the macadamia martini at Louis Bar beforehand for Drinks with Kate. Do you reckon, Shell? I have to. Well, they usually offer me a hotel room, but they haven't offered me a hotel room this time around. But I tend not to drink because I have to be like, you can't swallow the wine if you're going to be the wine expert, because you need to say clever things about the wine all through the night and not get less clever towards the end. So, yes, I get to taste the wine and spit it out, and they all get increasingly boozed and ask me questions that I probably can't answer about back vintages of Hill of Grace. That's what usually happens. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't eaten at Vue de Monde for ages, so I'm really looking forward to going back there. So that's next week. You reckon I'd get more cleverer, Craig? Yeah, the prawns are great. I don't get to choose. I don't get to choose what I'm eating. It's all a set menu. So I'll just get what I'm given, and I get what you get and don't get upset, is what my brother-in-law always said to my nieces when they were little. And a little shout out to Charlotte, because she had her final Year 12 exam today, French. So hooray, she won't be watching because she'll be out partying with her boyfriend and all her friends. And bless her little 18-year-old socks. She's off to Fiji for schoolies. So I'll send all your good vibes for Charlotte. And the rest of the olds who'll be left at home without her. It'll be very strange in that household for a little while. So, yes, so the week after next, we're doing Robinson Chardonnay, 23, and that will be delicious and awesome, and I can't wait. And I have to tell you a little bit about box 6, because people's re-ups are coming up, your resubscriptions are coming up, and we've only got 3 weeks between the end of box 5 and when we stop for Christmas. So I know, Alison, when she said Fiji, I'm like, could you not just go to like Surfers Paradise like the rest of them? But actually, her family said Fiji is much safer because they've got grown-ups going to supervise them, and they can't they're on a little island, and they're in a controlled environment. So it sounds quite good. So I didn't even do schoolies either, Kay. I had a job lined up to go and work in the UK that I had to fly out straight after Christmas. So I didn't have any money for that. Mum and Dad lent me the money for the flight, and there was no way I was going to schoolies, but it was fun still. We went to the pub down the road. I was one of the few who was not underage. It wasn't a thing at all. Fewer toolies, perhaps. Absolutely, Anne. So box 6 is happening. We've got 3 wines that we'll taste together before Christmas, and we'll have something special on the Thursday before Christmas. And then we thought what we might do is include 2 really special wines. Instead of having 6 wines, we'd have 5 wines, but make sure that the two leftover wines are really special. I'll give you a little tasting note, little letter explaining them, giving you some food and wine matching ideas. And the idea is that they'll be selected to go with your Christmas dinner, or sometime around Christmas when you're feeling like having something special. and something to just tide you over until we restart again in early February. So I hope that sounds okay to you guys. If you want to skip box 6, feel free, but I think you might be disappointed if you do. It's going to be pretty awesome. Drinks with Kate Advent Calendar, Shell, absolutely. We did that a few years ago, and I think it's probably time for us to get some coloured tissue paper out again and do it again. We do need 2 boxes for Advent. That's right, Fee. We did one during the lockdown, and it was 6 bottles, and we did it over 6 weeks, I think. It was quite fun. Anyway, that's what we're doing to box 6. Next week you're just going to have a drink without Kate. I hope that'll be okay. I hope you'll be all right. Also, I have to tell you, my little group of Sydney-siders, just put early February in your diary, because I'm talking to my distributors up in Sydney about doing a series of events in Sydney in mid-February. I think it's the week that has the 17th of February in it. I'm not sure if that's the Monday or if that's the Thursday, but we'll be going back to Imacaroni, a blind bottle tasting for box 7. No, Craig, we're starting with box 1 again for 2026 after that. But maybe we could do a blind bottle tasting for one of the box 6 wines. That might still be possible. Leave it with me. So Imacaroni on that Thursday night will be with the single vineyard wines. We're hopefully going to do something with a couple of other businesses. Watch this space. But Sydney, and let your Sydney friends know that Mooraduc's going to be coming to play for a few days in mid-February. I'm going to WA at the beginning of February as well. So if you know anyone in... I agree, Craig. I think Imacaroni is fantastic, but there's potentially, we're waiting to see whether it's open in time, but there's potentially another restaurant which will be super fun as well, maybe on the Wednesday. So maybe do both. Perth in early Feb. Not sure if we'll be able to. I'm hoping that I'll be able to organise a little dinner this time, because every time I go to Perth, it's at the last minute and we don't get to do anything. So if you've got any friends in Perth who would like to see more of Moorooduc or who'd like to discover Moorooduc, let me know. Shadow Goodman. Thank you, Craig. I will be in touch. That sounds lovely. So that's sort of the plans for the end of this year and the beginning of next year. You do, Alison, have some friends. Don't tell Polly. No, I know, Jeff. It's Polly. Polly's gone to sleep. She's absolutely horrified. Hang on, where is she? There she is. She's being a very good girl. She's exhausted. I might have done a slow-cooked lamb, a couple of days ago, and I might have given her the leftovers, and she might have had a little bit too much lamb, and she might have a bit of a sore tummy from having too rich food. But she's being a very good girl, and she's very sweet. And my glass is almost empty. I'm sure all your glasses are empty, and you're probably ready to go and find something else to drink. So I know. It was delicious, that lamb, though, wasn't it, Polly? You'd do it again. She's giving me, hang on. She's giving me the eyes. Look at those eyes. I'm getting the reproachful, but they were delicious eyes. Hey, you good girl? Right. Pinot Gris on skins. It's a drink. It's a wine that I think, I don't know how long this is going to age. We still talk about it. We're not sure how it ages, but gosh, it looks delicious right now. So this should be your summer drink this summer, I reckon. One of them anyway. Take care, everyone. It's one of a kind, says Craig. I reckon it is too. I haven't found anyone else who's doing something quite the same. They're similars, but they're different. So cheers to that. Here's to beautiful pink Pinot Gris on skins. I will miss you all next week as well. I will report back about VU. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. And if you know anyone who loves seafood and who would like to come to our seafood lunch, there's still a few spots available. maybe sending out another email to the mailing list tomorrow. We'll see how we go. But if you're thinking about it and you thought, oh, maybe we missed out, there are a few spots available. It's going to be awesome. Jill's making her, we've called it bouillabaisse in the past. It's not a traditional bouillabaisse. It's a Jill's modern interpretation of bouillabaisse / delicious tomato-based fish soup. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to have 2 vintages of older Pinot Gris matched to it. So there's a little scoop for you. It's going to be awesome, unless you don't like fish. And in that case, don't come. All right. Cheers, everyone. Love you lots. Take it easy. What's Kay saying? Have a fab evening. Can't do the lunch. Have a car club event at Cruden Farm. Fair enough. Anyone who can come to the lunch, come. If you can't come, if you don't want to come, that's okay too. I'll see you soon. Take care. Cheers. Bye.